All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So if you've been following my channel for any length of time, you know that I have just gone through like the hugest catastrophe ever. Right after I posted last week's video, my computer crashed hard. I don't even know. I can't even explain what happened. At first, I thought it was RAM, and then I thought it was whatever. It doesn't matter. It ended up being a Windows problem. I was able to reinstall Windows. However, I lost everything on my computer, all my graphics. So what you're seeing right now, I just had to throw this together real quick so that I had something so that I could record today. So I'm hoping that you guys are going to bear with me for a little bit. I don't have my intros. I don't have any of my fancy graphics. I don't have any of my animations. I don't have anything. I'm basically starting over from scratch, which is okay. I don't mind. I do this because it's fun. But if you guys are finding anything, if my volume is too high, if my music is too loud, if something just isn't right, make sure you guys let me know in the comment section down below. All right, so now that everyone is brought up to speed on what's going on in my life, let's get down to business. So many of you already know I love automation. I love integrating things. I like making one thing do something when something else does something else. And one of the best tools that we have to do that is by using our Discord servers to tell us what's going on in our Rust servers. So to that end, let me introduce you to Discord events. Discord events is available from the UMod website. I'll leave a link to it in the video description down below. All right, let's get right into Discord events. Hey everybody, welcome to Rust Admin Academy, where I teach you guys the very best tips and tricks to owning and operating a successful Rust server. On this channel, I do a lot of plugin reviews and tutorials to hopefully show you guys some of the different things that you can do with your Rust server. So if you're brand new to the channel, consider subscribing so that you stay up to date on everything that we're working on. And of course, make sure you turn on that notification so that you get notified as soon as I upload a new video. I put out a new video every Friday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Even when my studio computer has a complete meltdown, I still don't miss a video. All right, so like I said in the intro, today we're talking about Discord events. Now, what I like most about this plugin, it is 100% webhook controlled. Don't worry, we're gonna get into Discord webhooks in just a second, so don't panic if you don't know what that is. But basically what that means to you is you don't actually have to install the Discord extension that is available and is required for most Discord integrations. Basically, this is just a much simpler way of integrating your Discord with your Rust server. So the configuration for Discord events is super simple. The only thing that we need to decide is where in our Discord we actually want these events to be reported to. So in order to make that decision, we're going to need to know what events are actually being reported, because some of these things you may not necessarily want everybody in your Discord to have access to, but you may still want to have that information available to your admins or moderators. Who knows? You get to decide what information you actually want to display. So as you can see on my screen right here, I've been running this plugin on my test server for about a week now, and it's just spamming my channel with the various different events that I've told the plugin to actually report. So the default configuration looks like this. So we can decide, do we want to announce when the Bradley spawns, when the cargo ship spawns, when the cargo plane spawns, all of these various different things. You need to decide if you actually want to utilize this, if you want to have this system reporting into your Discord server or not. By default, everything is set to false. Once we actually get into my personal configuration, you'll see how things change just a little bit. But you just need to go through the list and decide what you actually want to have reporting in your server. So I'm just going to quickly go ahead and create a couple of new channels in my test Discord so I can show you exactly how to set this up and how to create the webhooks for different channels. Okay, so I've set up a couple of different new channels. One of them is chat, one of them is team chat, and the other one is events. And I'll show you why I broke it out like that so that you can maybe decide how you want to make this work on your server if you decide to go with this plugin. So this is exactly what your configuration file is going to look like as soon as you install this plugin. The webhook URL, obviously that's going to be blank because we haven't created that yet. Plus all of the toggles are going to be turned to false. So let's go create a couple of webhooks. Go to your Discord server, click on settings, click on server settings, click on integrations, and then click on webhooks. And we want to create a new webhook. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to name this webhook. Let's call this guy Discord Events Chat Bot. And then it's going to ask us which channel we want this webhook to report to. So if we scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can see that I have YouTube video chat right here. Cool. That's all we need to do is select which channel we want this webhook to report to. Then we can copy this webhook URL. We can save our changes and then go back into our configuration file for Discord events. So now we currently have the chat webhook URL pasted to the clipboard right now. So let's go find the chat right here. So it's the fourth one down, 1, 2, 3, 4. Chat settings right here. So we're just going to Control V or paste in the webhook that we created from our Discord server. Plus we're going to turn this on. So we're going to toggle this to true. And you can see right below that one, there's the team chat one. Now, obviously you want to be careful with this one. You want to be careful with who has access to this channel because you're going to be able to see what team members are saying to each other. So be careful with that. So let's go back to our Discord, create a new webhook. So we're going to call this guy Discord Events Team Chatbot. We're going to select which channel we want him to report to. So we're going to go to YouTube video team chat. We're going to copy this webhook URL and we're going to save our changes. Let's go back over to our configuration. Let's do the exact same thing for team chat settings. We're just going to post it in our webhook URL. We're also going to toggle this on to true. And don't worry, we only have one more webhook to do for the demonstration. New webhook, Discord Events Event Bot, and which channel we want him to go to. We're going to go to YouTube video events. We're going to copy, we're going to click save. We're going to go back to our configuration. And basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this current webhook that I have on my clipboard, I'm going to put it on every other event that is reporting from this plugin. You may not necessarily have it set up this way, but just for demonstration purposes, this is how I'm going to show you. And then once that's all done, I'm going to go back and turn all of the toggles onto true. So as you can see there, I literally have every single event that this plugin will report from. I have it going to its own webhook. You don't necessarily have to do that. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. If, for example, let's say you don't use rateable bases, then obviously you don't have to do anything with that rateable bases section. You can just leave it alone. Don't delete it or anything like that. You just don't have to add anything to it, and you don't have to turn it on to true. Another one here, player death note settings. If you're not using death notes on your server, then obviously you don't have to do anything in this section either. So just have a look at each individual section and decide if that's actually applicable to your server. If it's not, just don't do anything with that section. But like I said, don't delete it, just don't touch it. All right, so now that we're done with all of that, let's save our file. Let's go back to our console and quickly reload the plugin. So it grabs the new information from the configuration file that we just finished up. And let's go back to our Discord. Let's go into the chat channel. So I'm in game on another monitor. I've got something written in chat there, and as soon as I hit enter, you'll see that it's going to report into my Discord. And there you go. So it says this is a public chat that's going to show up in Discord. I've now switched my in-game chat to team only, so we should see a different response here. So if we go down into team chat, you'll see this is a team chat and should be private. So just as an example there, when somebody drops a supply signal, it actually says who dropped it and where they dropped it. And of course, it obviously announces the cargo plane coming in to bring in the supply drop that I just threw. I don't know if you guys can see that there, but it says cargo plane incoming at A0. So that A0 is the portion of the map or the grid on the map where the plane is going to actually enter the map. That's obviously not where it currently is. But if I were to go to that location on the map right now, that's where the plane would cross over, heading over to my direction to drop my supply drop. As you can see there, it just says the supply drop is incoming at G2. And as you can see there, that is correct. So the plane just flew by. There's my supply drop. And as you can see, I'm in G1 currently right now, and the drop is probably in the G2 grid. As you can see there, the CH-47 is flying around. I'm kind of hoping that it's actually going to drop a locked crate there, because that will report that as well. All right, perfect. So the CH-47 did actually drop a locked crate. So of course, as you would expect, it reported it into the channel. All right, so you guys basically get the idea. Basically, you get to decide what you want reported and to what channel you want it to go to, but you're doing this all with webhooks as opposed to actually using the Discord extension. I'm not saying one is better than the other. There are a lot of plugins out there that do require the Discord extension, and then integration does work, and it works very, very well. I'm not saying that this is better than that. I'm just saying that this is another solution. I actually have the Discord extension on this test server, plus I also have plugins running that are using that Discord extension, but this plugin is not one of those. All right, you guys, that sums up Discord events. Now, normally at this stage of the video, I'd be showing off my list of patrons that I have from patreon.com/srtbull. However, if you refer to the sob story at the beginning of the video, you know that I don't have any of that stuff set up yet. So I will next week for sure. But if you would like to help support the channel so that I can continue doing what I'm doing right now, make sure you check me out at patreon.com/srtbull. All right, that's it for this gong show of a video. I did the best that I could. I threw it together. I made it work. I had to get something out for you guys this week. I'll now be spending the rest of my weekend making sure that I have everything else set up so that I don't have any more of these technical difficulties. All right, that's it for me. If you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notification bells. I do put out a brand new video every Friday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. So until next Friday, I hope you guys are staying safe and taking care of each other. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week.